All right. Last week we worked on our paragraphs where we added information to teach our readers, and we did that with using our different structures um, and expert words. This week we are going to do a little bit of research on our topic to see what else we can learn about our topic to teach our readers, because expert authors always do research to make sure that they give you all true and plenty of information. Okay, so feel free to do some research on your topic either through Epic or Mac and Via or Mayan or any of those different online reading resources. Um, you are going to just make sure you balance your facts with your ideas. And when you're doing research, it's just to check the facts or find out more information. So here's more examples. So books, actual books or online books, you can do some research through, you know, Google or PebbleGo, um, any online resources. You can ask people about it, your topic. So, like, my topic is baking. So, I could ask, like, my grandma about baking. I could ask my mom about baking just to find out more information. And then you could also go visit places or museums on your topic. This week, we're going to focus on not only research, but your introduction and your conclusion. Okay. Something super important about your introduction is that you mention what your whole book is about and why you're writing it. Because obviously, you chose this topic not only because you're an expert, but because you enjoy this topic that you're writing about. So, just you can start your introduction with a quote, like someone talking. You can tell them, about your whole topic and then what parts they're going to learn about. So that would look like for mine, you're going to learn all about baking, including ingredients and utensils you might need, why you might bake, and what kinds of things you can bake. You can choose different perspectives when writing. So, from your point of view or somebody else's point of view, you could start with a question. So, for baking, I might say, um, have you ever thought about making cake or candies? Well, if you have, you're in the right spot because I'm going to tell you all about baking, something like that. You could start with a story. So for baking, I could start with the story of what we go back to maybe a story with my grandma and I baking together, or my mom and I baking together, and why that was my favorite memory, or something like that, and then dive into the information. Lastly, you can end with description or begin with descriptions. So um, remember, that's when you give all the details. So I could describe baking or tell you why it's important to me. Okay, so I want you to think about this. There's many different ways you can start your introduction for your story, and you can try any of these different ways. When writing a conclusion for your informational writing, it leaves your reader thinking, okay? So you don't just say, okay, and here's my book about baking, the end. No, you're going to definitely end in a way that keeps your reader thinking and wanting to read more about your topic, okay? And I'm going to show you some examples of introductions and conclusions here. So here's an example of introductions. This is a student example, and this is what it says. In this book, you will learn some good parts about babysitting and the terrific and sarcastic side parts about babysitting. You will also learn how to feed a bottle to a baby and lots more. After you read this book, you'll have a superstar babysitting service. You will also know how to play with the baby and lots more. So let's start reading. Okay, so this is a great introduction. It tells you what this book is going to be about. It tells you that by the end of this book, you're going to be an expert, just like my writer is an expert. And then it kind of gives you a call of action to start reading. Very good introduction there. Here's an example of a conclusion. So, did you have a nice journey in China? I bet you did. China is a country with very special things in places like the Great Wall. Perhaps you will go to China soon. Thank you for reading this. Okay, so this student's writing was probably all about China, and they ended with a question about their topic and then answered it with hopefully how you felt, and then left you with one last fact that it's a special country with special places like the Great Wall, and then gave you a call of action to perhaps go visit that place. Okay. And then it thanked you for reading. So just think about some of those things whenever you're writing your introduction and conclusion. And don't forget to research some of your parts of your story as well. Okay. If you have any questions about this, please stop by a Zoom and ask, and I can help you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.